Hi, my name is Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to review a fundraising investor database in the Internet of Things sector. If you watch my previous videos, you know that you can click my Fiverr link below to get information on investor databases for venture capital, private equity, angel groups, family investment offices, and more. I also help clients with pitch deck reviews. I have a service on Fiverr where I will help you get your pitch deck ready to be sent out to investors. Approximately 80% of the pitch decks that I receive are not suitable to be sent out to investors. Databases are now free with a pitch deck review, so this is good news if you are getting ready to send your pitch deck out. This includes one sector only per client. Contact me for more details on this offer. Here are the sectors I'm covering off in this latest series of videos. If you've watched my YouTube channel, you know I have over 280 videos that help you with investor pitch decks, business plans, investor databases, fundraising tips, and more. And I've recently been covering off a series of videos that highlight sectors for people who are looking to raise funds. Covered off a number of them here on the left. If one of these or more of these apply to your particular startup, you may want to check back and look at those videos to see how I create databases using my investor database of over 400,000 contacts. And in this video, we're going to cover off the Internet of Things sector. So starting off with, I used Internet of Things as the keyword that I punched into the database. And to help out with this as well, I'm using the keywords technology, cloud computing, machine learning and AI, analytics, and mobile app development. And using all these terms are going to help me flush out a very credible and valuable database for you to use if you're starting to go out into the sector that includes the Internet of Things. What did the final database include? So I was able to find 5,200 total contacts. That included around 2,700 emails, a little more than 3,000 LinkedIn addresses, and about 4,000 websites. And this included some key contacts with titles and email addresses. What type of contacts will benefit from a IoT investors database? This would include smart home startups, that's companies developing products or solutions that transform regular homes into smart homes through connected devices, looking for investments to scale or innovate. Industrial automation firms, this includes enterprises striving to incorporate IoT solutions into their production lines, machinery, and systems for enhanced efficiency and monitoring. Wearable tech innovators, these are designers and manufacturers of wearable devices from fitness trackers to smart glasses who want to attract investment for new projects or expansion. I've had a couple of these in the past few months. Smart city planners, those are local government bodies or urban development firms aiming to build infrastructure with integrated IoT capabilities, looking for partners or financial backers. Healthcare tech companies, organizations developing connected medical devices, patient monitoring systems, or telehealth solutions, seeking funds to advance their technology or market presence. And transportation and logistics firms, those are businesses integrating IoT for real-time vehicle tracking, route optimization, or predictive maintenance, searching for investment to refine and expand their technologies. So those are the groups that may find a IoT investor database valuable. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and as you can see here on the bottom, I have Internet of Things, information technology, cloud computing, machine learning, technology, which is a broader database, analytics, and mobile apps development. So all of those databases are ones that would be suitable for somebody that is looking in the Internet of Things sector. And what I have here is database that includes the country, the type. Now, these databases do include a wide variety because they have not been screened down any further. These are basic lists that I would offer to clients, and then it's up to them to refine them because there's a certain amount of potential contacts that you do not want to eliminate. For example, these have angel groups, venture capital, they have micro venture capital, government offices, private equity, family investment offices, hedge funds. So the idea is to provide a large amount of potential contacts that fit the sector. May not fit exactly, but at least offer a wide range that you can use for your fundraising. Now, when you go onto your fundraising, you should have about 3 letters that you use and 3 different types of letters. I actually have a service on Fiverr where I can help clients draft these. And the reason that you would have 3 is because you want to contact a number of different sectors, even if they're not perfect, because fundraising should be treated like business development as well. For example, you may want to contact a venture capital firm in Singapore that does have interest in Internet of Things, but you may also want to attract contact from private equity firms that have funded Internet of Things or technology companies. The main reason being is you're going to send them a letter that may not necessarily be asking for funds. You may want to ask them for a bit of advice. And there's an old adage in the fundraising business, and it goes, if you ask somebody for funds, they'll give you advice. But if you ask them for advice, you will eventually get funds. And the reason behind this is if you treat the fundraising sector as a way to develop business, it's going to help you when you're doing your fundraising, because you are not going to get very many replies from people when it comes to fundraising. That's just the part of the business that is really not the nicest thing when it comes to trying to raise funds. And if you've done it before, you know it's soul destroying at many times. But if you actually treat it as a business development exercise, it will help you a lot more. For example, there are many times people who, if they go out on a professional fundraising venture, that they actually pick up business from it. And the whole idea is that, yes, you may not find that this client in Japan who's in the accelerator is going to fund your project, but they may fund future rounds, or they may be interested, or they may have people within their group that is interested in different parts of your business. That's why you should treat fundraising very much as a business development exercise. There are many ways to try to raise funds, and if you keep that in mind, it's very helpful. For example, if you contact a private equity firm that has funded previous IOT groups, they may not be ready for your particular company, or your company may not be ready for them. They may say, listen, thank you very much. We're more interested if you get, later on in your second round. So that's when you want to go back to them right away. First of all, thank them for contacting you and getting back to you, and ask them if they know anybody or any firms that might be suitable. Everybody that's in venture capital or private equity or in a family investment offices knows 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people in subsequent industries that are in their circle, and you want to use the opportunity to go back to people who get back to you and touch base with them, because very few of them will. That's just the nature of fundraising. If you're in that type of business, or if they're in your sector, they're going to want to keep in touch with you, and you're going to want to keep in touch with them. Another thing to keep in mind as we go to the review part here, as you can see, we've got 5,200 contacts, we've got 4,000 websites. So this typically means there's 4,000 firms, and there may be duplicate or additional people per firm, which makes up why you have more contacts. But if you notice, there's only 2,700 emails. Well, that means that some of these contacts, especially if they're venture capital firms, they do not list their emails on their directories or other investment database sources that you may find on the internet. But what happens is if you go to their website, you're going to find contacts, and many of those contacts are going to have their personal business emails as opposed to an info at. So that's why you're always going to want to treat these clients not as a vehicle to spam them with your pitch deck, but to actually bring them into groups of 30 or 50, send one type of letter to that group, follow up, do research. Again, these databases are for research in your sector to hopefully get to a point where you can do professional fundraising with them. And my YouTube channel has more information on that. And that's the best way that you're going to be able to approach this task. So this particular database, 5,200 contacts, is how I would help a client in the Internet of Things with their fundraising. Are you looking for updated investor databases? My databases include venture capital, private equity, family offices, angel investors, angel groups, and high net worth investors with over 400,000 verified global contacts. And be sure to check out my full database of family investment offices, the perfect way to access ultra high net worth investors. This is the largest database of family investment offices that you're able to access. There's over 10,000 contacts. Click my Fiverr link below for more information. Thank you for watching this video.